Hello, everyone. Good morning. It's 1 in the morning of January 26, 2021. Welcome to our daily stock market insights with Miss JD. This channel talks about, what's happening in the world of the Philippine stock market as well as the ones in the US market, which I focus mainly on the eToro platform. So, if you like content like this, I'm inviting you to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you're always updated. You can also request for your favorite stock or stocks to be reviewed here because I do that. I prioritize the requests of those people who really take the time to comment, like Trevor over here. So, over the weekend, before I get started, by the way, Trevor, thanks for dropping these comments. I will prioritize your request. Over the weekend, I talked about, well, I reviewed as always the stocks that you guys have requested, and we'll go through each one. We'll first check Trevor's request and then the highly traded ones for today. I also created a video. I started documenting some of my memorable trades that I think you guys can get an insight or two, and probably you can apply in your trades. So the objective really is just to document these trades because I want to go back to these in the future and see if I have improved in terms of my skill level, or I can even replicate what these trades or how these trades were executed. So just to document, okay. But if you would like to take a look at them, so these are the stocks I have uh, journaled in that video. Okay, so let me know if you like that kind of content, so that I can add, I can start doing that as well. So you will receive stock market insights at the same time, specific trades that we can learn from. Okay, so let's get started. I already have the chart set up here. I always use the Bollinger Band and the RSI plus the volume here whenever I do my reviews. So let's start first with the index and then go through VITA, PHR, and MRC. Oh, in fairness, with the green candlestick that resulted in today's market performance, let us see if this will hold, because this could already be a early signs of sideways and then we continue moving up again. That could also be a possibility if in tomorrow's performance and in the coming days we don't go below or lower than the 7,000 level, then we're safe. This could already recover immediately. Reason why we said that we could be establishing a support there is because if you look to the left, you already have established your support in that level, which was also your previous resistance. So we could have something like this, okay, and then continue moving up. So what does this mean? We might experience some slowdown or some slowing down in the stocks coming from, or in our index stocks. But overall, it's just given we've rallied significantly since March or April, and then we're already back in the pre-pandemic levels. So I think that's that's just um, signs. That's just a sign that a lot of people have already been profitable and then they're locking in some profit. Number two, it could also mean that with the effect of the corona or the COVID-19 variant that's already spreading in the country, uh, things are slowing down again because people are again scared of the potential impact to the potential impact of this new variant. Let's see. First, let's check out. Okay, so I think that's it for our index. PHA, I think PHA. Oh, VITA first. VITA for me is, even though we had a gap up today, the fact that we immediately filled that gap, I feel that, and then even though we had foreign buying that happened, I don't think that we have enough volume that could really sustain the improvement in the price. So I think for those people who are still interested in getting in, I would say there is still a chance that some our price levels could still be revisited. I'm not saying it is going to decline, but I'm thinking that we are not 100% ready yet to continue the uptrend. I know there was a sudden uptick here or a sudden spike in the price on this day. I'm not sure if this was a ceiling. Let's see. Not a ceiling, but very significant change in the price. So good job for those people who may have entered and recovered some good gains there. What I can say here is that with the red candlestick forming today and with the support being very near the area, the chances of us revisiting 0.89 could be a high possibility at the moment, and probably create some more consolidation there before we continue moving up. Um, Overall, if you're to look at it, we are still at a cheap level because this stock has already dropped significantly. So maybe what you can do here as an action item is to study the fundamentals. Um, is the business still healthy? Is the income starting to recover? Then take action according to those fundamentals. Um, If the answer is yes, then the nearer you are to the 0.89 level, the better. The next one is PHR. Mm, good bounce, good bounce. Although I'm just a little worried here, because there is a resistance at the MA20 line. However, the good thing here is that if, okay, because I'm not saying that we cannot really overcome that level, because you know what happened here, right? We ended almost the same thing here. We ended at the MA20 line, but the next day we had a gap up. So today's performance, we did not see any green at the any wick at the moment. It's a solid green here from start to finish. So tomorrow, if there is a continuation and then we go gap up, start the price much higher than MA20, I would have to say we will most likely continue to move up. Okay, so once we do that, the next resistance I am looking at, which is the nearest resistance at the moment, would be around this level because you have this and then you have this. Next possible area, which is still very, very near, would be around this level for your next resistance. In the meantime, maybe on the conservative side, I'm thinking if you would like to be on the conservative side, you can check out if 2.79 will be revisited, because that's the nearest support we are looking at. So if you are in this as a long-term investor, anywhere from 2.79 to 309 is still a good level if you're a long-term investor. However, we don't really know how long it takes for us to go back to the previous levels where you even reached as high as 10. Maybe if you can haggle just anywhere in between, that could already give you a very significant gain at that level. Maybe around 5 peso. How much would that be? 60% gain almost. So I think you don't even have to aim for the highest point, just halfway would be fine, right? But between 279 and 309 is still a good area to start accumulating. You don't have to put everything in one go, or you can enter in tranches if you like. Next is MRC. Oh, MRC. So if you already find this area cheap, I would have to say you can still get this at a much cheaper level. With the red today, I just feel like MA20 is currently resisting. So that means we could be dropping by a few cents and revisit previous levels. So if you're a long-term investor in this stock, this should really entice you because you can still add at a lower price, right? So good for those people who may have entered, at my previous level when I engaged in this stock. So maybe around 0.56, that's the nearest support I see at the moment, because you see support over here, a previous consolidation that happened here, which acted as a resistance. So I'm thinking 0.56 could be revisited one more time. And we'll see from there the moment we touch that area. Let's find out if we are just going to consolidate in that level or there will be some breakdown in the price. We'll see. Okay, so those are the requests. Thanks, Miss JD. I still hold my APL. So talking about APL, let's use that as our next discussion. This stock is really gaining very good popularity in the world of PSE. So overall, I think if you're a mid to long term investor for APL, the market is giving all of us a chance to add more volume and re enter if you'd like, um, or accumulate if you're just about to start. Today's candlestick ended in red. So, in the event, um, the market gives us a chance somewhere around the 0.24 area, which is my um, today, the previously this was my average, but today I entered at the 0.31. So I added more today. However, I was not, I think I entered too early. I had two orders today. One is around this level, which is the 0.24. One was at the 0.31. So the 0.31 was hit, but it didn't go as low as the 0.24. So yeah, I'm starting to add more volume. As you noticed in my previous video about APL, my size there is, I consider that as a small size, because when I started, of course, I have to really gauge first on where the overall outlook or the overall direction of a stock. I was speculating, but today, as we go near to the main event, I know the February is the big month for them. So I think big players who want to add more volume, they release some shares so that the price will break down and then they could re-enter at a much cheaper price. Take note, they must have already entered somewhere here, and like what we did, but my case was just a small scale. I was able to exit right here. They could have done that too, maybe. That's why the price is experiencing a breakdown. But looking at it as a mid to long term investor, um, there is a possibility that it could still trigger some more pullback, and then that's the time you can add more volume. I will still continue to place my order. I'll just verify, because there could be a lot of people placing an order around the 0.24. I won't really mind. I could put mine at the 0.25 or 0.2560. So just so my order can be hit first. But overall, MA20 is a solid area of bounce. So just to echo what Adelaida mentioned here, I still hold my APL. Same here. William, you're welcome, William Pabsky and Arlen. Thank you. Edgar, thank you again. A good strategy. I am learning in every video you created. I'm a newbie. We just started during the pandemic. More power to you. Yes, I think that was a very good move and courageous move at the same time, because during the start of the pandemic, everyone is uncertain as to how much of an impact the pandemic will bring to our lives. And here we are, just trusting our instinct, investing our money, right? And then, true enough, slowly as we recover, as businesses start to operate, we're also starting to see recovery in the stocks in the Philippine market. And for those people who did invest while the market is super down, I think you are all. I just feel like you're all starting to be more profitable at this point. Welcome to our channel, and new subscriber here. Thank you for sharing your insights. Thanks too. Okay. This is really funny because I made a comment. MC, you should not go full time if you can't wake up before 9 a.m. Definitely. Um, if you would, because I made a comment that, like, I'm very vocal and open with my schedule for the day. I get to record as late as this time. Then after this, I'll be sleeping, and then normally I would wake up around 11, 10:30 in the morning, and sometimes I get to miss those opportunities in the first 30 minutes of the day. And yes, I'd like to echo what MC said. If you would like to become a full-time trader, you have to prepare. We have to prepare. And the reason why I'm not doing that as of yet, because my profile is I'm a position trader because I have a full-time job, and I'm just doing this as as a mental exercise every single day. I really have to make sure I check out the charts, um, and still take care of my portfolio with an outlook of a position trader. But someday, that's a long-term plan to eventually become full-time at what we do, particularly for trading the market. All right, let's continue. So we're done with APL. Let's now go back to the chart for the most trending stocks for today. So we're done with APL. Let's talk about BSC. BSC. I mentioned, so I shared in my Patreon account that there could be a potential bounce play to happen for BSC. But I made that comment while the price was at this level, because I did that over the weekend. I said, but watch out for the price level around the 1 peso area. So looks like we didn't have to wait that long because it happened within the day. And by tomorrow, we could be experiencing that much awaited bounce play. Worst drop could be as low as filling this gap over here, 0.69 or 0.70 area, 0.75. That's the lowest, okay? That's the lowest it could drop, but definitely I'm more inclined to this because you have 4 candlesticks now within that area, but we just cannot neglect this. It's a gap, and that could also be revisited, okay? But for now, we are already very, very near the key levels. So really worth, wow, that's still a good 35% increase. So it's up to you if you want to be on the conservative side, wait for it to drop. But I cannot really say at this point if it is going to happen by tomorrow or in the coming days, but we will see. This is still a key level. So first level is the 1 peso area. Second level would be around the 0.75 area. So maybe you can divide your buying power, enter around the 1 peso, and then if it goes down further, then you have another order set at the 0.75. Now, if you see consolidation happening higher than the 1 peso area, then you have no choice. You can enter some of those at the slightly higher amount compared to the 1 peso. So just do your plan out your trade and execute them as designed. Okay, for AR, I think I made a wrong move here. So I decided, well, my average here is 0.71 because I entered during this period, and I don't know, I think the downside of us exposing ourselves in the imagine that I still sometimes get influenced by the comments in the social media feed of Instagrams. So I was researching earlier, and then for some reason, almost everyone was saying let's exit first and then transfer somewhere. So what I did, I was not able to exit during this level. I exited at the amount at the average price, which is 0.71. So technically, I didn't lose anything here, just the fees. And right after I exited, it still climbed up. I think up to the 0.74, 0.75. But towards the latter part of the day, it still ended at 0.71. But when I exited, I realized, oh shoot, why did I do that? So I entered again, and I placed my order around this level, 0.0055, but it wasn't hit. So I really am not sure if it is going to revisit this level. But I still see it, okay? I still see it as a support, just for documentation purposes, because we could still have long wicks, right? Although, if I see this normally, this is already a bounce and there could be a continuation. But just trying my luck, maybe tomorrow, let us see if this area will still be hit. I can place an order at this area, 0.055, because we could be doing sideways first before the push in the price. Next one is Mary Mart. Mary Mart had a good green day today. I'd say this is really good, guys, if you are trying to invest in Mary Mart for mid to long term, because there are good catalysts left and right for this company. So I just feel like there will be more to come for Mary Mart. However, short term wise, okay, you have an ascending triangle here. This is currently the resistance, 8.15. So what we need to look forward to is the time when it breaks the 8.15 level. Maybe a gap up. The moment we break that, then there will be a continuation. That becomes your all-time high. Your all-time high, by the way, is 853. So, or 856. Okay, so that's something, and we're very near that. And you know, when we break that, anything can happen, right? It's the market who will decide the next resistance. Okay, we talked about, oh, we haven't. This is an engulfing red candlestick. So what we mean by that, this could be a start of a lower high for PHA, meaning bearish sentiment is starting to manifest at the moment for this stock. So I'd say first area to check would be 2 peso level, maybe around that area. Okay, I'm just putting it there. So first it'll test this because you had your consolidation here. You had some bounces that happened at this level. So it will first check that out, see if it'll bounce. But if it is not, then you will have a continuation of some lower lows at this point. Gaganon siya. Bababa, bababa. Pag akit niya, it will resist and then go down again. Could be here. And I don't know, it could break by that time. We don't really know yet. We're not 100% sure. could be at this level. Okay, so just watch out for that. I'm not feeling really good at this point for this. We could have some more declines in the coming days. Okay, Dito is on a red today, but hey, you had a foreign buying. Let's check out. So Dito is so far the biggest size in my portfolio. Um, I had 30% as cash, 70% invested, and out of those invested amount, 30% of that is Dito. So this has already been the third day. We're on a buying spree for our foreign investors. So we are going to check right now. We're just putting our support at the level at the MA20 line. Okay, because you had their consolidation, but worse, it could go back to the previous level, which is very near, probably around the 1068 area. So those are your possible drops at this point. But I am feeling good at the moment given that our foreign buyers are still accumulating since January 12. No significant drop in terms of selling for our foreign buyers. They're still buying. So let's just see if we have opportunities around 1170 and 1068. My take here is if it goes back to as low as 11 peso, that's already a good price. Or anywhere between here, that's already a good price. We all know what's going to happen for Dito. So at least you don't have to worry too much. You can still sleep well at night. Just look at it for long term, mid to long term investing, and then you'll be good. Okay, so that is Dito. What about BDO? BDO is still doing sideways. Um, it's nice that foreign buying is already accumulating here, but I exited. I exited because I just felt like it might take some time before it takes off. No, but just in the event that this price probably goes back to, I don't know when, but just in case it goes back to the 100 peso level, it's still a good area to buy. Actually, the area right now is still really good. I just felt that with the index slowing down, this could also be affected. It might take some time to recover. So again, probably, I don't know, my emotions hit me. But I think I made the right move because I was able to enter in growth stocks that are slowly climbing. ACEN. ACEN over here, 109. Oh, wow. This was I don't know, this could mean something. When AR, and one of you guys even commented on that, it happened right here. Was that AR? I think this was this period when we was that AR? I'm not 100% sure. I think this was the time when we saw this. I said I'm not sure what's the catalyst for AR, but for some reason there's a sudden spike in the volume for foreign buying. We didn't have any idea about this as of that time when I recorded this. So if you're to look at it, if you haven't really seen the previous, okay, so if you have not really seen the, hold on, the future volume of foreign buying, you would right away notice this, right? What is happening in this stock? Why all of a sudden there's a big jump in the volume for foreign buying? Speculation. I don't know. We did not have any news about that. And then one day, 2 days, third day, you see this big jump. And we could have something like that too. Or where are we now? ACEN. Why did we have a big jump in foreign buying all of a sudden? So something big could be happening anytime soon for ACEN. Let me see, maybe I'm not updated. This is new. AC Energy buys Solar Philippines unit to speed up planned joint venture. That's a good one. What about this? So a lot of good catalysts are coming out for ACEN. So really, total purchase price, common shares payable date acquisition. When was this? For common shares buying? Or this one, it just talks about Solar Philippines SPCLC. So I think that's a good catalyst. So when was this? 9 hours ago. Uh, this afternoon. Okay, so I feel like this news plus this news would result in more climb today or later today. For now, um, let us just say anywhere here, 641 to 679 is a good entry level. We're not 100% sure. We could even have a gap up tomorrow, right? That's a significant volume right there. Ooh, let's check out the others. Okay, I already talked to MRC, talked about MRC IMI. Good volume right here, but you had some foreign selling that happened. So maybe just in case, people will be taking profit because you got a 21.41% gain right there. But we don't know as well if there will be a continuation. So try to haggle for a few cents, but I think this good volume right here means something as well. Is there any news? No news. So try to haggle between 962 and 11, but the fact that we came from a constricted Bollinger Band with good volume, we're starting to trigger the upper band. So that could simply mean a continuation to the upside. Just haggle in between. If you want, you can haggle around 10-15 level. Try it out. Okay, let's see how it pans out in the long-term outlook. So yes, we are technically just halfway. You can still have some more gains here if you were to look at it in a long-term perspective. But let's say if you only aim up to the 1345, you can, and that will give you a gain of, let's say you haggle around 1031, and that's a good 30% gain, right? See that? So sometimes you have to play it by ear. I know that the nearest support in this case would be the previous resistance. True, 962. But what if a lot of people are putting the order at around 962? How can you ensure that your order could be triggered first? Place it at 963, 964. But if you still have, you don't really mind a few cents higher, then you go 10 peso or 1051. But my take here is, now that you know that this stock is good for a possible continuation to the upside, you will now start to look at it in a faster time frame. Because you might see this, oh, it's already a cheap level, but if you go to the 5-minute chart, you know that in the next 5 minutes or 10 minutes, it could still go down. Then you don't enter yet, right? So you first start with a longer time horizon, maybe a weekly chart if you want. Then you go down to a daily chart, or let's say you start with a daily chart, and then you know that this is already a good stock to enter. Then that's the time you uh, funnel it down further with a faster time frame. That way you know exactly at what level, at what time will you be entering today, because you already know that you're entering today. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so I think that is it for our first part. No, I'm only recording one video this evening, but that is it for you guys this evening. Thank you for those people who have watched our video. Just promote, if you'd like to trade the US market, I highly recommend eToro as a platform, very user friendly. I have my link down below. If you also would like to help me build a small community, I started to create a Patreon account where we can start our own community right there. I try my best to, if there are really good stocks uh, to recommend, then I put it there. Okay, in the meantime, thank you guys for watching, and bye bye for now.